Hi, and welcome to the You Can Do Financial Solutions training video series. We are on the last one of our videos now, and we're going to take a look at the membership options and some of the tools that I have from the administration side. And these are very important because not only as an administrator, as a member of the staff or the corporate office, I can do many things and be notified about what's going on the front end. But also for the IBOs, it's important that they know that there is a system behind and there is someone operating that system, and that all the things are going on behind the scenes, right? So let's take a quick look back into what we were doing on the previous videos. Remember that we had the Lima's Eye at iCloud.com affiliate. Then we also had another member that had already affiliated with us, and has become a UK2 as a child of the first IBO that we had here registered. And before we move on to the other account that I created, let's go to the IBO page. As you can see, it's different from the previous video. On the previous video, we only had one registration, which was a free account. But I went on and I signed up that same user as an IBO. Now we can see him here, right? And I also signed up another user as a regular free account, which is the one that we see here. So now what happens with this new IBO that is under me? Let's take a look. If we go to reports, we go to MLM, then I am going to be able to see that this guy is under me now. So this is how we're going to keep track of all the new IBOs that are under other IBOs. Although this is not like the old GTS system that we used to have, in which there was a genealogy, maybe it was more clear. But since we have some limitations with this system right now, we're just going to have to know that all these IBOs are under me and just keep track of them in some other way. Maybe Claudia is going to be keeping track of the IBOs for under each IBO, right? And in the meantime, we are going to keep developing other systems to make this more complete, okay? So let's continue now with this other account that I created. And I went ahead and created a new limusai at yahoo.com. This is a new user that has signed up with a free account, so he doesn't have any level yet. And I just wanted to show you some of the things that we can do with this guy right here. The first thing that we can do is we can edit his account. Right, we can go ahead and type in all the information for them. So this is important to know, because if there is a user that is not, doesn't like to use the computer that much and only wants to send us a fax or a PDF, or maybe just a regular piece of paper, with the form and everything, all the data there, we can get those and enter them manually here. So we would update their profile so they would have access to the subscription pages and all of that, right? So we can do that with them, and also we can assign a password to them and later on approve that email, so that account would be able to have access. They don't have to do anything besides just typing in their username and password, and they would be able to get in, right? Some other things that we can do here is we can I don't want to go through every single of these configuration options here, because some of them are like one-time setup, but here's where I configure the levels, for example, and we have 3 different accounts. We have also a free account that is different to the light registration account. On this free account, the user has to fill out the complete form. Let me just show you really quick here. From the user side, there is subscription plan page, that will actually show them here the free account. It doesn't show right now because the user is logged in, right? But on this account, the user would have to enter all the information and their profile would be already updated. But with the free account, they only use their email address, right? So these are the other two levels that we already know about, the IBO level and the credit restoration level. Here's where we configure the payments, something that we don't have to play around with later on. And we have the inside lockers, which are basically the things that you see there that are locking the information, and blocking the information. Maybe one of the most interesting parts here in this system is that I can actually get into the account page, and we do that by going into showcases and then choosing the account page. And here what we see is, well, the tabs. These are the tabs that show up for every single user. So we have an overview tab in which we can put some relevant information here. We have the footer also, right? Some information like warnings or maybe announcements that we want the users to see. We would be able to see them right here. I think you have already seen those. Let me just go back to my account here. This is the footer section. This is the overview section, right? And some of the other ones are automatic, right? Like, for example, we wouldn't be able to change anything on the profile section, besides maybe adding some more overhead text or something like that. Also with the subscription tab. And Social Plus. Social Plus is an interesting tab because it allows the user to register using one of their social networks. For example, let me check this. If I go to Twitter here and I enter my Twitter handle name, let me see if I remember my password. Nope. Anyway, I would be able to log in by using my Twitter account here instead of typing in the user and the password, right? Let's see, what else do we have here? We have the orders that have been placed. Maybe one of the interesting ones is this help, the one before the last one here. And this I renamed to notifications, and this is where we can put some more information related to anything, that for example, information for the new members, information for previous members, things like that. We can use this tab and the user would be able to see it here, right? Notifications. This is just sample information that I have put here. It also can be blocked depending on the type of user. Okay. Let's see, what else do we have here? I already mentioned the social login. Coupons. This is an interesting option. This is where we can have promotions, on discounts on any of the subscription. For example, if a new user were to subscribe to another account, in this case this limosai at hotmail.com, it has not signed up for the credit restoration service, but if we want to give him this coupon code, then he will have a discount whenever he wants to do that, right? Then we have also, this is something that we don't want to be playing around with because it's not There are some other ways to block pages besides doing these lock rules here. We have already seen the payment history and notifications. Okay, notifications are basically email templates. Of whatever is happening here with my accounts. When something happens, then a notification or an email is sent out to different parties. In this case, to the administrators or to the users. And these are the different things that go on. For example, if a new payment has been completed, there is a notification for the administrators. And also there is a notification of the payment activity for the users. So if we want to change the template here, we can do it. For example, this is the default. As you can see, it has nothing more than a little bit of text there. We can change that later on, right? I have already changed it on a few of the notifications. For example, let me choose one right here. For example, the one of with the register light send password to user. Let me click on edit here, and I'm going to show you my code. This is the code. It's just a simple HTML code that I am using here, that is displaying this background and this red background for the title of the message, and I just put a little graphic here. But we can always change this, right? This is the way that the user would actually see it, right? And these are fields that I can use, and drop in fields here, so we can let the users know more personal information, like their names and their last names and all that. Okay, and then we have a bunch of magic features here and general options. Those, there isn't anything that we can change here all the time. Maybe the administrator would want to get in here and play around with some of the options, but some of them have already been set up by us. So we're just going to leave it there, right? And let's switch now to affiliates. As we have already seen, there is another system that is taking care of all the IBOs, basically. And the first option here, affiliates, is showing me who are the IBOs that have already signed up, right? There is also a referral option here that is showing me that a new referral has been registered for the free account that I had already created. The ranks is something that we're not going to be using this. I was trying to set it up, the way we have it in the compensation plan, but it's not going to work because this system is not taking care of all the specific rules that the compensation plan has. So we're not going to be able to do that. For that, we're going to have a new system later on that takes care of all of that. I don't really know what the offers are, but I think this is going to be only for the specific products, right? Since we're not selling a product, then we won't be able to use that. I don't really know what landing commissions are, but we can play around with it later. We have already seen the banners. The banners are, as I told you before, something that we can set up here for every IBO to use with their own URL, right? And then they can share this with their own users or customers. We also have the account page for the affiliates or IBOs, and here we can also send notifications to them. We would do that through the overview or the welcome page or welcome tab, and we can do that through maybe the help tab. And there's also a footer section here. Excuse me. We can also maybe let's take a look at this. We can also put some overhead text to the information here if we need it. You know, some instruction or something like that. Okay, then we also have some statistics on the visitors, and this is gonna tell me for each IBO how many visits or how many referrals I have, right? We have already seen payments. Oh no, this is actually a different payment. You know, this is if we were to use this system as a compensation, right? Since we're not going to use it, then everything is going to be like 0 as far as money. And the magic features are also some of the configuration options that we have for the system, and we as an administrator shouldn't be playing around with these that much because they're gonna be already configured for you. We also have some more email templates from the affiliate site, right? Let's take a look really quick here at some of the options. We have some registration, update when someone is updating a profile, reset password, etc. Right? Then we have some reports, which are basically same information, maybe a little bit of graphics here. Once we have more activity going on, then these are gonna look nicer. And finally, we have some just general settings. Okay. Which we don't have to be playing around with that much because they're going to be already configured by us. All right, so we are reaching the end of this video training series. Thank you very much for watching these videos. Please send me a note with your suggestion or your questions if you have any. You already have my email addresses because those are the ones that we have been using so far. But in case you just want to use a different one, I have Ivan, IVAN, at Lemus y del Valle, LEMUSYDELVALLE.com. And thank you very much for watching again, and hope to see you next on some other video series. Goodbye.